Now you're ready.
There's nothing like a good melody. A good melody will take you a long ways. People will write new words to your melody, and new town tunes will come out, and your melody will stay alive. A pretty good example of that is Old Rosin the Bow. Old Rosin the Bow was an Irish drinking song written around 1800. Irish come over to this country and brought the song with them. And that song, that melody to Old Rosin the Bow was used for 6 different presidential campaigns, including the one that old Abe Lincoln ran in 1860. For Lincoln and liberty too, for Lincoln and liberty too. The song treated old Abe pretty well. Then around 1875, a fella down in Olympia wrote a poem called The Old Settler. Talked about folks coming into this Puget Sound country for the first time and what they found and what they did. And around 1900, somebody saw that poem, The Old Settler, published in a newspaper and figured it'd be a pretty good song if it was set to music. And here comes Old Rosin the Bow again. They used that melody for what we know now as Acres of Clam. Well, old Ivars Hagelin, he picked up the song, and funny thing about that, 1941, in the fall, Woody Guthrie and Pete Seeger were in Seattle singing at Union Hall, singing good Union songs for good Union men, and they met up with Ivars Hagelin, and Ivars said that he taught Acres of Clams to Pete and Woody. Woody and Pete remember it differently. They say they taught Ivars that song. Well, whatever. It's a pretty good song. Old Rosin the Bow. Been around for a couple of 100 years now, and now we call it Acres of Clams. I've wandered all over this country, prospecting and digging for gold. I've tunneled, high dark and cradled, and I have been frequently sold. For one man who got rich by mining, perceiving that hundreds grew poor, I made up my mind, why wheat farming, the only pursuit that is sure. The only pursuit that is sure. The only pursuit that is sure. I made up my mind, why wheat farming, the only pursuit that is sure. I rolled up my grub in my blanket, and I left all my tools on the ground, and started out early to shank it for the country they call Puget Sound. Rising flat broke in midwinter, I found it enveloped in fall, and covered all over with fir trees, thick as hair on the back of the doll. Thick as hair on the back of the doll. Thick as hair on the back of the doll. And covered all over with fir trees, thick as hair on the back of the doll. I tried to get out of the country, but poverty forced me to stay. And now I'm no settler, and you couldn't drag me away. And now that I'm used to the climates, I think that if man ever found a place to be peaceful and quiet, that Eden is on Puget Sound. That Eden is on Puget Sound. Yes, Eden is on Puget Sound. A place to be peaceful and quiet, that Eden is on Puget Sound. No longer a slave of ambition, I laugh at the world and its sham, and I think of my happy condition, surrounded by acres of clam, surrounded by acres of clam, surrounded by acres of clam. I've the clan. Well, as Woody Guthrie said, take it easy, but take it. And as old Ivars said, keep clan.